Have you ever walked into a room and completely forgotten why you went there in the first place? Or felt that mid-afternoon brain fog where you know there's something that you need to be remembering, but you just can't? As a registered dietitian and researcher in this field, I often hear the same concern from my clients, study participants, and students. Is it inevitable that I'll lose my sharp memory as I age? The short answer, no. While genetics play a role, our brain health is remarkably plastic. Both mine and other research into the Mediterranean and mine diets has shown that nutrition is one of the most powerful modifiable risk factors we have. We aren't just eating for our waistlines anymore, we are eating for our neurons. I'm Dr. Elena Philippou, and today we are not just talking about the science of cognitive decline, we are actually going into the kitchen to prevent it. We've all heard of superfoods, but a single blueberry isn't a shield. It's the patterns of how we eat that can make a real difference to our brain cell connections. Today, I'm combining the latest clinical evidence with practical, delicious kitchen tips. I'm sharing 10 powerhouse foods to prevent cognitive decline, the research that proves they do, and exactly how to turn them into meals and snacks you will actually enjoy. So let's turn our kitchens into cognitive laboratories. To start, if you only change one thing today, make it this: eat your greens. A landmark study published in Neurology by Morris and colleagues followed 960 participants for nearly 5 years. They found that those who consumed a diet referred to as a mine diet and ate just 1 or 2 servings of green leafy vegetables a day had the cognitive equivalent of being 11 years younger than those who ate none. This is likely due to the high levels of vitamin K1, lutein, and folate. How to make this into a meal? Try the green power omelette. Saute 2 large handfuls of baby spinach or kale until wilted, then pour over 2 whisked eggs. The healthy fats in the eggs help our body absorb the fat-soluble vitamin K in the greens. You can also try this snack. Spoon a bit of hummus on whole grain rye husk and top with baby spinach or coriander leaves. The second food group is berries, which aren't just nature's candy. They are neuroprotectors. Let's look at the science. Data from the Nurses' Health Study, including over 16,000 women, showed that a high intake of blueberries and strawberries was associated with delaying memory decline by up to 2.5 years. This is attributed to flavonoids that can cross the blood-brain barrier to reduce oxidative stress and inflammation. You can try overnight oats. Mix rolled oats with almond milk and top with half a cup of smashed blueberries. Here's also a snack idea: Greek yogurt berry bark. Spread Greek yogurt on a tray, press it with whole blueberries and sliced strawberries, and freeze. Break it into shards for a cooling, polyphenol-rich treat. The third food group is, of course, fatty fish. Think about this: our brain is approximately 60% fat. To maintain its structure, we need the right materials. There's so much research that confirms this, but here are a couple of examples. Research published in the journal of Alzheimer's disease highlights that omega-3 fatty acids, specifically DHA, are essential for maintaining the integrity of neuronal membranes. Furthermore, a 2024 meta-analysis confirms that regular fish consumption is linked to higher grey matter volume in the hippocampus, the brain's memory center. A meal idea is Mediterranean salmon parcels. Bake a salmon fillet in parchment paper with lemon and fresh dill. You can also try this savory snack: sardine pâté on rye. Mash sardines, which are rich in DHA and low in mercury, with a squeeze of lemon and a pinch of chili, and serve on a high-fiber rye cracker. The fourth food is extra virgin olive oil, the plaque fighter. We wouldn't be able to talk about brain foods without referring to extra virgin olive oil. In the Mediterranean, we call this liquid gold. Here is some of the science to support this. Studies on a compound in olive oil called oleocanthal suggest it helps the brain clear out beta amyloid plaques, the toxic proteins associated with Alzheimer's disease. To get the best out of your olive oil, try the finish line drizzle. Instead of just cooking with it, drizzle a tablespoon of raw extra virgin olive oil over your soup or roasted vegetables after cooking. This preserves the temperature-sensitive polyphenols in the olive oil. You can also try olive oil and balsamic dip. Use it as a dip for whole grain sourdough instead of using butter. Butter is high in saturated fat, which in the MIND diet recommends limiting. Fifth food is walnuts, and it's no coincidence that a walnut looks like a human brain. Walnuts are unique because they contain a high concentration of alpha-linolenic acid, a plant-based omega-3. The Walnuts and Healthy Aging study suggests that regular consumption of walnuts can delay cognitive decline in those at high risk. How about a walnut-crusted chicken or tofu for your next meal? Use crushed walnuts as a breeding for lean protein. It adds a delicious crunch and a dose of vitamin E, which protects cell membranes from oxidative stress or rusting. A great snack is also what we can call the concentration mix. Combine walnuts, a few 70% dark chocolate chips, and dried apricots for a mid-afternoon focus boost. Sixth up is whole grains. Now, let's look at the brain's battery. Our brain uses 20% of our body's energy. It needs a steady supply, not a sugar spike. Let's look at the science behind this. As a researcher of the glycemic index, I've seen how high fiber whole grains prevent the glucose fluctuations that cause brain fog. The MIND diet recommends 3 servings of whole grains a day to maintain cognitive resilience. These can be seeded bread, quinoa, bulgur wheat, brown rice, or brown pasta. With your next meal, try a quinoa and roasted veggie bowl. Quinoa is a complete protein and a complex carbohydrate. Combine it with roasted peppers and chickpeas for a brain-fueling lunch. You can also try a snack of savory popcorn. Popcorn is 100% whole grain. Use extra virgin olive oil to cook it and toss it with nutritional yeast for B vitamins and a little rosemary. Next up is beans and legumes. In the blue zones, where people live the longest, beans are the cornerstone of every meal. What's the science behind this? Legumes are rich in folate and B vitamins. All these vitamins are important for brain function. A low folate concentration is linked to high homocysteine, which increases the risk for dementia and cardiovascular disease. Try a traditional Greek lentil soup, fages. This is a classic Greek staple with lentils, garlic, and vinegar. It's an all-in-one brain food. You can also try a snack of spiced roasted chickpeas. Roast chickpeas with cumin and smoked paprika. They are high in fiber, helping blood glucose to stay stable and the brain to have a good energy source. And number 8, we couldn't be talking about reducing inflammation without mentioning turmeric. Remember, inflammation is the silent fire that damages our neurons over decades. What's the science? Curcumin, the active compound in turmeric, has been studied for its ability to cross the blood-brain barrier and exert anti-inflammatory and antioxidant effects. However, it must be combined with black pepper to be absorbed, which increases its absorption by 2000%. Try golden broccoli roast with your next meal. Toast broccoli florets in turmeric, salt, olive oil, and plenty of black pepper. I also suggest using turmeric to prepare the golden latte. Warm up some soy or oat milk with a teaspoon of turmeric, ginger, and a touch of honey. It's a soothing evening ritual to reduce inflammation while you sleep. And number 9, so what about protein? While the MIND diet limits red meat, it encourages lean poultry. This is because chicken and turkey provide high quality protein and choline, a nutrient used by the brain to produce acetylcholine, a neurotransmitter important for memory and mood. Of course, chicken and turkey breast can be used in many meals, but a suggestion is chicken and avocado lettuce wraps. Use large romaine leaves and wraps filled with sliced chicken breast and avocado for monounsaturated fats, which are smart fats. You can also make turkey roll-ups for a savory snack. Combine some small cuts of turkey breast with a couple of tablespoons of Greek yogurt and cucumber for a savoury afternoon snack. Final and best are dark chocolate and tea, because there is room for treats in a brain healthy diet. Here's how they can help. Both green tea and dark chocolate, meaning 70% cocoa or higher, are rich in flavonols. Studies show these compounds can improve blood flow to the brain and enhance performance on cognitively demanding tasks. Of course, you can have a small square of dark chocolate as a treat, even combined with a cup of green tea. But if you want to be more sophisticated, you can try tea poached pears by poaching a pear in green tea and cinnamon for a loaf at dessert. For a snack, try high cocoa bark, melt dark chocolate, spread it thin and sprinkle with some pumpkin seeds, which are high in zinc, and a little bit of sea salt. So 10 foods or food groups that can really help improve our memory. But remember, it isn't about one miracle food. It's about the synergy, how foods interact with each other, making their benefits greater than the sum of each individual food. So by combining them, we can get the best out of each. The olive oil helps the spinach, the black pepper helps the turmeric, the whole grains fuel the entire process. By making these small, delicious shifts in our kitchen today, we're making an investment for our brain for the years to come. I look forward to your comments on which of these ideas you will try first. If you found this video helpful, please hit the like button and subscribe to my channel. Share with a friend so that their brain can also benefit. Eat well and stay sharp.